Let's go. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Live before lock. We are out here. It's game week 23. And good news, as our good friend George just brought to my attention, we got plenty of time. Lock is about 30 minutes later than it typically is on a Friday. So we get time to do some catch-ups, check in on our friendship, like we're good to go. George, how are we doing? Fresh off of our Paris trip. How are we feeling?
Yeah, good. A little tired, a little groggy.
Yeah.
One could say. But no, I mean, I think it's going to be a pretty boring stream, though. There's not really much going on in the Sorare world recently, as of about 20 minutes ago. So I think it'll be calm. We can all have a nice, reasonable conversation about things, discuss the slate, discuss the plays, and go from there.
Yeah, shout out to Sorare NBA Discord. I'm sure our guy Nal is in the chat over here. I'm sure he's doing well. So just like some context or whatever, Sorare dropped one of their court reports that I don't think was a blog this time, right?
Have you changed the Dort report section yet to the court report?
No, not yet. We got to do it. We got to get on it. We got to get the interns on it. But yeah, so the collection bonus thing got announced, focusing on year 2. And I think, anytime we've talked about this at length in the Sorare Sharps, anytime any sort of announcement gets brought up, like, we're going to yell. We're going to yell and scream a little bit. And we all have different breaking points, and I think we all, it hits us in different ways, And so in honor of that, because our guy Spicer, one of the whales in the space, if you are in the Discord, kind of gave away some cards, and it sounds like he might be done with it for a little bit. So in honor of Spicer, to pour one out for our friend, like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag Spice into the chat. And we're going to give away a rare tier card here at the end of the stream, as we always do. And shout out, I forget who was our guy that won the last one that he finally got his reward today. Our boy Juju, who took it down. Congrats to you. So yeah, like the stream, subscribe, hashtag Spice. Also, real quick, just a little stuff here. We're at 571 subs. I'm just gonna go out and say it. If we get 29 more this stream, I'll throw in a second giveaway. We'll throw in a second one if we can get another 29. If we get up over 600. Oh yeah, it was our boy Zeus. Sorry, I doxed your Discord name right there. But yeah, and sorry, Zelia, you put Spicer. No. Hashtag Spicer.
No.
Full Spicer. Come on now. So like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag Spice. I mean, I guess because we have some time, right? When, again, if this is your first time here, we're going to dive into all of the projections, all of the NBA injury news. Luckily, we've gotten a lot of that news already, so I think it'll be a little bit easier than normal to sift through some of this stuff. And then we'll get to your questions too as well in the chat. But I guess like from that announcement, I don't know, was there any sort of takeaway that you had, any sort of meaningful takeaway, or this kind of just like, oh yeah, this makes sense. Like, this is what I thought it was going to be. I don't know. Any takeaway?
The court report?
Yeah, from the court report.
from the court report. Let me just pull the court report up just so I refresh my memory with it.
Yeah.
I actually put it up on stream. So then,
Oh yeah.
if
Sure.
people haven't seen it that are watching, they can catch up as well.
Yeah, good call. Let me get the announcement here from the Sorare NBA Discord. Let me get this up here right now. Make sure I'm not showing my sweet DMs though. I don't want anybody seeing that. Good. All right, here we go. So I'm not sure how well you're gonna be able to see that here, but anyways, this is what we got. Our boy John, look at John, solid. Jaime Jaquez Jr. right there. Okay, so welcome to the latest court report. Collection game leaderboards. Track your collection ranking for each team collection you own and compete to claim the top spot as the ultimate collector. We could already kind of do that, right? Or are they just saying it's easier to do?
No, so that wasn't the thing. So they did the collections, but then they didn't do the leaderboards, and that was what was already in football. So it was like, okay, that'll come in a future update, and it came a week later. So cool. Yeah, good update.
The game improvements, they've added a progress bar to track the 90-day holding bonus, which is good, right? Just easy to see that, right?
Again, quality of life updates. What they have on the football side, it was done relatively quickly and put in the NBA side for how long the update's been.
Enhanced marketplace filters. Keep these coming. I need more of these. I need more website UI stuff. I noticed that today when I was clicking around, it's a nightmare sometimes. But they enhance. Go ahead.
I want a bonus one. I want the one that shows you like the level of the card, so you can get, if you want to search for whatever one would be on the current marketplace that has the highest amount of percentage boost. That would be another one that I'd want to come from there. But
okay. And then we just get some app updates. Wait, hold on. So what was the thing? What was the announcement that we were mad about?
So the court report stuff, I don't even know if they officially announced it. The whole drama is from some season 2 managers, because obviously they've fully done the collection side now.
Right.
With that collection game and that leaderboard, you can now see where you rank amongst other people.
Sure.
I think since they've launched that, they've then gone out and it's like a random thing. They've not promised anyone anything. Like, no one's buying these collections under the influence that you're going to go and get something for doing them, apart from the boost that you get on the cards, right? So I think since they've announced it for season 2, they've gone out, and I think it was you either had $125 of NBA store credit or a jersey. I think that's what it was. I can't remember exactly it, but it was something along those realms.
Oh, right? League Pass. I think I saw League Pass.
A League Pass. Sorry, right. So that's it. I don't know how much the pro-rated League Pass is for the rest of the season or whatever, right? Whatever it is, but they haven't gone back and done it for season 1. Now, they done that on the football side, and it did get a bit of an uproar, right?
Yeah.
On the premise that you were only looking at the new season guys first and not looking at the older guys. But then they have retrospectively afterwards gone and rewarded people that have collected some of the older seasons.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem to have been at the forefront of some of the conversation, shall we say. But I can understand from the idea of that if I didn't have any season 2 collections and I had all of the season 1, if I wasn't contacted, I can fully get it. But seeing that this has happened and they have gone and contacted people, I would also think that I would have been contacted in the future. So it's kind of like, it's a mixed bag. And also, if you flip it on its head, and if you're a season 2 guy and you come in just this year and you've just spent all this money on buying a brand new collection, and then they've dropped the collection game and then not even bothered with you, and they've gone for the season 1 guys first, you're going to be like, well, why on earth am I here? Like, it's that you can't please everyone in these.
Yeah, I think we can. I think we'd be pretty honest here. No matter what direction they would have gone with it, people were going to be mad. And I think honestly, like speaking of Spicer specifically, who dropped his manifesto in a tweet today, I imagine there was a bunch of other things that we've probably talked about that has pissed him off about this Sorare NBA season, and this is just like the last straw. That would be my guess. That it's probably
the straw that broke the camel's back. That's the phrase I think we could be going for. But
yeah. I think that's probably what ended up happening. But you know what? Listen, as someone who has had public flare-ups, meltdowns about stuff regarding basketball Web3 projects, I'm here for it. Keep them coming. I'm here for them. This is a safe space for that. All right, let's dive into some of this stuff. I'm gonna kind of rapid fire go through some of the injury news, then we'll use our friends over at Momentum Labs to go through some projections. Okay, Tommy Walker says, let's dive into the projections, boys. This is keeping up with the Wildashians. I like that. Well done, Tom. We're gonna use our friends Momentum Labs. Also in the show notes, you can see a link to our boy George, George, that's kind of funny. Our guy George, Swingman Pod. You can find a link over there. Go give him a little follow. All right, I'm going to bring up Underdog's injury stuff, and we can rifle through this quickly here. The biggest news, I think we have two big news things here. Wait, Milo says, I missed the mental health breaks. Mike's new meds are working OT. Or we're off the meds, baby. Hold on, I'll give you a mental health check while I pull this up. We can't go down this road. We can't talk about like how you need to have had sex in order to have responsibility. I just think it changes you, you know? I think it changes you. What
was the context on that? Just out of curiosity. What was the
because
you got the longer clip or
there's the longer clip. This is when Top Shot was like in its heyday and people would be losing their mind about prices of stuff similar to what's happening today. And I would be talking people off the ledge. And I think in that one, I was saying, I don't think we should be taking advice from virgins. I think is where that was coming from. D-Ron, yeah, it just came from the Discord. You know what? Let's get into some of this, and then we can laugh at the Discord later.
We really need to just do the lock stuff here. I feel is where we need to go.
We can have fun later before people unsubscribe. There we go. Taco Slayer in the house. Let's go. Shout out Sorare in the States. All right, let's go. So the biggest news: LaMelo, big baller, is making his return to Charlotte. We'll talk more about him, but he's expected to play. Zion. Actually, all of the Pelicans who were listed as questionable heading into today looks like they are good to go. They're all probable now. Trae Young's probable. Miami Heat culture down bad with no Jimmy Buckets, no Tyler Hero. It doesn't look like they're going to have Lowry either. We already talked about Ingram and CJ, and we got Rudy Gobert's questionable. This is a pretty big one because I think it impacts Cat quite a bit. But also, if Gobert is ready to go, we're going to see he projects pretty well. Siakam participated in shoot-around, but is still questionable. He missed the last game. Capella, who missed the last game, is probable. Ayton is doubtful. He has no timetable to return. I was actually kind of surprised by this one. Boyan was ruled out today. Beef Stew's back in. Caleb Martin is back in. Jalen Smith is questionable. Shaden Sharp, who left last night's game early, is out. Kevin Herter is out. Aaron Nesmith is questionable. I'm also going to fire over to the Twitter over there and just pull up Underdog to make sure I didn't miss anything, because I know we did get some news about tomorrow's game. We had Luka got ruled out, I believe, already. Brunson's questionable for Saturday. Horford's not on the injury report, so he should be good to go. We already said Lowry. Where is it here? We got Dante Exum already ruled out. Derek Lively is questionable. Luka is ruled out. And I think we're going to have to talk about those, and I might have to adjust some lineups, so I'm glad we have more time. Anybody else that, if I go back over to the Underdog thing, I want to make sure if I'm I want to make sure I didn't miss anything of like the bigger picture stuff. So Tari Eason's still out for the Rockets. We already knew Cade was out. Halliburton obviously is still out. DeAndre Hunter, Wesley Matthews, whatever, who cares? Joel Embiid is still out tonight, so keep that in mind. Although enough games have happened where like it doesn't really help anybody's cap, I don't think, too much. Mark Williams, still no timetable to return. PJ Washington, doubtful. So they continue to be thin. We'll talk about Wemby here in a little bit. Let me just make sure. Moses Moody is out. Draymond Green is still out because he's reconditioning. That's funny instead of just calling it conditioning. Memphis is very shorthanded. So Marcus Smart is out 6 weeks. Obviously, we know about John Morant, Brandon Clark, Steven Adams, Derrick Rose, but also Santi Aldama. So look at this is a gross-ass starting lineup of Bane, Kennard, Vince Williams, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Xavier Tillman. Woof. Wendell Carter Jr. is questionable. Franz Wagner still is out. And I think Jabari Walker's probable. That's actually kind of important if you're in the Duop Reith streets. All right, I think we can call it there. I don't think we have to hit anything else there. Any like big picture stuff that is sticking out to you before we just about this slate in general, before we dive into some of these projections here?
Do you think this is a Thad Young bust? Like you have to have a Thad Young week. Is that what you're saying? Do you think that's going to be? Do you think if there's no Thad Young in your lineup, there is no hope? Is that what we're saying?
I did buy a bunch of Thad Youngs. Also, JK Fam 23. JK Fam, I feel like we haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you, fam. He said first Mo, then Thad. Who you fading this week, Mike? Because I need another Underdog sleeper, and that is true. I think it was 2 game weeks ago. George, you were out on Wagner. This past game week, I was out on Thad, and both of them have smashed. So, we'll have to pay attention to that. Yeah, I think it is Thad Young season. I think you are going to that cap of 3, man. He doesn't have to do too much. It scares me a little bit more in champion. But I mean, he's been pretty productive, right?
Yeah, the champion is the one that I always get wary of those. Contender is not as bad, but yeah, it's the champion one. But then it flips on its head. It can go. I will say Thad Young, I'm more on than Andre Drummond.
Yeah.
The Andre Drummond one just used to annoy me. Thad Young at 3, it's almost
Yeah,
like
it's a
you
little bit
are just
different.
rocking that. You're rocking that like 4-man lineup, essentially, is what you're going for. But yeah.
I totally agree. All right, let's dive into some of these projections. I'm going to need some help with lineup building tonight, actually. And I had a lineup that was ready to go. This Mavericks news has thrown me a little bit into a tizzy. Hold on. Been out of the streets, but made this live. Good to have you back, baby. Because I have some Jaden Hardy and I have some Kyrie that I wasn't like prioritizing, and now I feel like I might have to. So I'm gonna need you to talk me through it when we get to that. But let's dive in. As always, when we do these projections, right? I know you guys are gonna have questions. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna go through 0 through 10. George is gonna give me some thoughts. Then we'll do that from 10 to 20, 20 to 30, and then we will get to your questions. So hang tight there. All right, let me expand this a little bit so I can read a little bit better. So Thad Young is going to be the first guy that we talk about. This is nutso, right? So he's going to cap at 3 with a projection of almost 23. Here's the thing. Even if you shave 7 points off of that, and he has a cap of 3 and a projection of 15, you'd still be like, wow, what a great play. So like the floor of Thad is pretty solid, right?
Yeah, I mean, I saw RotoWire were projecting 25 minutes. Do I think that's going to happen? I think it's a gamble with one game. I think that we're looking at it from a sample size of that it could have just been a poorer matchup on what we were seeing from Chris Boucher is that maybe he's going to be restricted minutes in those games because he likes the matchup a bit differently. And heading into the game tonight, it could be a Chris Boucher game. But because because of those last few games, his projections are in the bin at the moment.
Yeah, you know what I will say though. So because I was breaking this down a little bit more after the first Thad Young game, and that was against the Lakers. The Lakers had Anthony Davis, and I was like, okay, they think Thad is bigger than Boucher, so there you go. And then the second game was against Zubac, and Zubac is another big boy. And tonight they have Walker Kessler. So I feel like his minutes will still be somewhat stable, but you're right. This is definitely projecting ceiling, I think. All right, let's keep going in the 0 to 10 here. Andre Jackson, cap of 5 with a projection of 9. You got JT Thorne there. Trent Forrest, who I know people asked about in the value hunting episode, which I had to refamiliarize myself with Trent Forrest. He has a cap of 6 and projection at 9. You got Springer, 7, cap of 7, projection of 9. Same thing for Garrison Matthews. We get up to the 9 range. You see Jordan Hawkins projects okay. However, I don't know if they were thinking that maybe some of those guys were going to miss a game, and now it looks like they're all playing. So keep that in mind. You get Jeff Green there. And then at the 10, Chris Duarte, who lost his starting role. Then maybe he got it back because Kevin Huerter was ruled out. And then Marcus Sasser. He's got a cap of 10 with a projection of a little over 14 too. Wait, hold on. Billy says YNWA said he was cashing out too? Fresh off that trip to Paris?
I think that's in reference to his the poem that he did. Was on the foot. I think that's what that was in reference to.
Love poetry. All right, so in that 0 to 10, we've already kind of covered Thad Young. Is there anybody that you're excited about?
Did we mention David Roddy at all?
No, we didn't mention Roddy. Who again?
I mean, I wouldn't tend to normally mention him, but I mean, because everyone's getting injured sort of every 30 seconds over there in Memphis currently, I think he's looking at a game week this week where he might get an uptick. Yeah, and then obviously, as Memphis go into that stage where there's got no hope for the season, you're going to see guys like Roddy, I think, get an uptick. If JJJ's not like 100% fit, he's just not going to play. I don't think so.
Yeah, I think that's a great call. I also think the guy right below him, Jacob Gilliard, the young point guard for the Grizzlies, I'm sure he's going to get a little bit more run with all of those guards missing some time. I don't know how productive he's going to be, but again, if you're looking for like a cheap shout. Sorare NBA squad, Corey Joseph was not projecting in this. Let me just check one more thing here. They have a cap of 5 with a projection of 12.5. I actually hate Corey Joseph as a basketball play. I will say, though, because of the with Moses Moody also getting hurt, they don't have anybody. So Joseph's probably going to play 15 minutes. He sucks at basketball, though. We have to remember that. Like, he is not good at it anymore. So just keep that in mind. But you're better at this game than I am, so are NBA squad. So you do you, baby. All right, let's get in that 10 to 20 range. So 11, you see Aaron Holiday. I don't like anybody in that range. You get John Conchar, who, again, another Grizzly that's going to get some minutes. Jayshawn Tate. Jayshawn Tate's caps up to 12 now, so it's less enticing there, but he's still there. You got in the 13 range, Caleb Houston, who's coming off a bunch of good games. Nikola Jovic, who, again, the only time I played him, he sucked. And every other game since then, he's been very good. They are thin. They did get Caleb Martin back. But they're still missing so many other pieces that his minutes seem pretty secure. Also, what I like about Jovic is he does some of the peripherals. Like, he's probably not going to get you 25 actual points, but like a couple steals, couple blocks, couple dimes. I like that. Asar Thompson, whatever. Killian Hayes, though. There, God, Jesus Christ. Killian Hayes, cap of 13, projection of 30. Gross. Zaire Williams, another Grizzly, cap of 14, projection of 23. Do you think he's going to hit threes? He's a good play. Batum. Hey, Cam Whitmore. That's a buy I made this game week. He's got a cap of 15 and a projection of 23. My guy has broken into the rotation. He's making it happen. He was the last draft pick I saw live from the Barclays Center because I was there with our friend Andrew Laird, and he was waiting for a Villanova guy to get drafted. Herb Jones, cap of 18, projection of 23. Luke Kennard, cap of 19, projection of 24. Let me just check 20 quickly. Naz Reid, Jalen Smith, Bruce Brown, probably the three best plays, honestly, of this. Like, they all have an actual ceiling. I like all three of those. How are you feeling about that 10 to 20 range?
For some reason, I had Bol down as that he was 11. Just realized he's not. So Bol would have been one that I'd have mentioned in the last slot. Because I don't know why I thought he was an L10 of 11. I had him down as 11, but
I don't know why he's not projecting in this either. He's got a cap of 7 and a projection of 12.
He just came off like a 25, 28 point game on Sorare as well. So
yeah,
he does seem to be getting in the minutes now and almost, I daren't say trusted, but he's earning his minutes at the moment as well. I will say. In terms of, like, I know there's not always the most key minutes that he's being given, but
what's nice about Bol
Bol.
His first name is Bol and his last name is Bol.
No, yeah. Long legs.
Oh my God. I bet his legs are taller than my whole body. I'm leaving you for Bol. Like,
what's nice about Bol is I feel like he's going to play, say, 14 to 16 minutes in a close game and then 30 minutes in a blowout. And that's what happened last time, that Lakers game. That game got away from him a little bit, and in a positive sense for the Suns, and Bol just got to run. And he really is so good as a fantasy point per minute guy, so we love that. I want to make sure. Yeah. So, go ahead.
I think outside of that, I mean, Jovic is my favorite player, especially. I don't know if when we was looking at the Miami news, was Caleb Martin ruled in, or is he still?
Yeah, Caleb Martin is ruled in.
Ruled in. Okay, so that affects him a little bit, but still not enough to deter me from playing Jovic for these games. And the thing with him as well is, I know he had that 1 week where he was then bad, of that one game week, but if he starts well, and he does seem to do so, like recently, he's coming in and he's getting like an assist, a steal, a block inside the first like 10 minutes. The points will come for him, just as like that's just how Miami will play. So I think he's really good at 13. And I don't think this will be the last week with him. I still think you'll get another 2 out of him as well because of that bad game that he had. So he's not bad at that. Like, he's not a 1 week only buy. I think outside of that, there's some of the guys within the Pacers to target. Nembhard hasn't looked like Nembhard yet. He needs like the first 10 minutes to really be fire. Otherwise, he's terrible Sorare-wise in any game. But I know Matherin's just a little bit above it. But I think there's going to be a few Pacers guys this week that are going to score well.
Yeah, I actually am realizing too. I think I was scrolling too quickly, but because Killian Hayes is like jumping off. But cap 13 projection of 27 for Xavier Tillman is obviously another solid Grizzly play. And yeah, Nembhard not? Oh, there he is. I think I scrolled too quickly because we saw Batum and Whitmore. I got too excited. But Nembhard, I am playing Nembhard this week. And also
I'm playing him because I have him, but I wouldn't. It's a tough one because with the injuries they've got, obviously, of Halliburton going down, but just McConnell and Matherin just seem better than him. But he's the gamble player, I'd say.
Well, and I think Bruce Brown actually does a lot of the point guard responsibilities, and that was one that I forgot about when I went and scooped some Pacers, like the second Hallie went down. But I still think, like, from a value perspective, it is a solid play. But I do think the ceiling is probably not as sexy as it initially looked. But yeah, let's kind of roll right into that because 21 we see oh yeah, there you go. TJ McConnell, which is not the best projecting Kappa 21 guy, which was kind of surprising. And I think the reason we're seeing this is because like he's not going to play like 40 minutes unless the game is really close. We saw Carlisle, the way he handled him in the Wizards game when it was like a 10-point game. And he just kind of, he still comes off the bench. And I mean, he's great. Like, I think he's not going to kill you. This is like a prime contender play, in my opinion. But he's going to, anyways, Kappa 21 projection at 26. You also see Vince Williams, another Grizzly, Mo Wagner. I think Alec Burks, I'd give him a little bit more of a boost now because with no Boyan, someone is going to have to take a bunch of shots. Trey Jones, who, yes, is still starting for the Spurs, but God bless anyone trying to project Spurs right now. You got Paul Reed, who still projects well, Benedict Mathurin, who you were just talking about. You got Derek Jones Jr., John Collins, Goga are all fine. Then you see OG Anunoby, whose cap really hasn't come up too much at 24, the projection at 29. You got Trey Murphy, the third. No, I'm sorry. That's Jordan Poole, your guy Poole. Giddy, fresh off a triple-double. Dick Rich, although, actually, I think with LaMelo coming back, that's good news for Nick Richards for the pick-and-roll game. Bradley Beal continues to project really well. Then Jaime Jaquez, DeAnthony Melton, who I think is Melton back. Melton is back, it looks like, but they only have one game this game week. And then IQ still projects really well, but that cap creeping up a little bit. So like we said last slide before lock, we're coming to the end of like the IQ smash play. And then Karl Anthony Towns cap is down to 29. So he's a good play regardless. He made the thumbnail. But even if Rudy misses, that makes him even a little bit better. And then you see Keldon, Jaden Ivey, and Daniel Gafford all at cap at 30 project pretty well. And that 20 to 30 range, who excites you down there?
It's Karl Anthony Towns at 29. Yeah. He's definitely going to be the play, especially when he's playing the Blazers. So he's going to be one to look out for. I think barring that, I did like Brolo again, but that's purely because the Bucks are playing the Warriors, and the Warriors right now are just outside of those two. I don't say I've got any smash plays in particular.
Okay.
I think ultimately he's going to be those guys. I wouldn't hate an OG Anunoby pump this week as well. Elton at 24, one game though against the Grizzlies, but that team currently, and I know Bronson's questionable, so a little bit more usage may be going his way. So it's a pump.
I think I like him at that cap, and I do think that questionable Brunson news is kind of nice. So yeah, I like that. And yeah, Sergio says, can we talk about George's favorite play, Jordan Poole going off so rare-wise this past game? Past couple games.
I mean, I'm more staggered that Jordan Poole has been labelled as my favourite player. I'm not sure where that has come from. I think I've just got belief in Jordan Poole as a Sorare player, is what we'll say there. But every time I play him, he just lets me down. And then when he does go off, I never have him. So there we go.
Yeah, I think that's fair. All right, that is like, I'm going to just do a quick scroll up here to see if there's anybody like screaming off the page. Kuzma's cap is down at 31. So that looks nice. You see Jalen Duren, who again continues to project well. Fred VanVleet, who I'm going to talk about here in a second. He projects pretty well. And then, I mean, I guess that's really it from guys who just like Tyrese Maxey's cap is down to 43. De'Aaron Fox, man, his cap is down to 43. He's been awful, but his cap's come down. And again, Kyrie on these sheets. Let me see if there's been an update over on the other projection sites. I mean, Kyrie really hasn't been given too much of a boost with the Luka news being out. But I think Kyrie is a great play. And then Paolo, still no Franz, but his cap's now 48. And then you got Nikola Jokic's cap who's down to 53. So there you have it. Those are the projections. John's saying, what about the Heat guards? Plenty are out tonight. Yeah, but where do you go with the Miami Heat guards? You gonna go Josh Richardson? Or you like where do you feel comfortable? I think I would just much rather play Jaime Jaquez, Bam Adebayo, Nikola Jovic, like those, Caleb Martin. I'm more interested in those dudes. I don't know. Are there any Miami guards that were missing there?
No, I mean, I'm not even sure I'd go for Jaime Jaquez. It would just be Bam Adebayo or Jovic for me. I think Adebayo's at 39, and he's always going to have scope for how well he's been playing this year to go into the 50s and the 60s. And then Jovic is still at 13, and he can go for a mid-20 if he plays well. So, yeah, they'd be the only two I'm looking at the Heat.
I think if you don't, with like underdog, I kind of like to take high ceiling shots on my underdog lineups. And if you have a Miami guard there where you're not like, you don't care as much, I kind of like that. Magnum, yeah, this is a good point. Wemby's playing tonight. He's out tomorrow. That is correct. He's already been told that he's not going to play tomorrow. I just don't know how many minutes he's going to play. It's an awesome matchup against Charlotte. But I mean, if you have Wemby, you're playing him. Like, what
Yeah.
else are you gonna do? All right, I'm gonna build my rare contender real quick, and this is what I initially had. Okay, I'm gonna show you, like, we see Kyrie, Vassell, Tobias, all these guys, right? My first two plugins, I had Fred VanVleet and Jalen Duren. I'm rolling him out again. Both of those fellas are projecting pretty well. And I still have IQ over here, Bradley Beal, your boy Jordan Poole. But then I went down because I have Nembhard. I was playing him, and then a Thad Young, which left me with 22.
Did you have a Thad Young, or did you go and buy him? Because if you
No,
had that
no,
already, that's a clutch.
So no, I bought him before I put it up in the. I bought him like right after that first game.
Oh, right. Okay.
So it wasn't too crazy. Price wise, it wasn't too crazy. And I definitely bought it before I put up my value hunting episode. So I don't know if people think that's bad or not. But yeah, so right in this range, I mean, are you fine with these four right here?
Yeah, I think they're really strong, all of those four. I mean, if I have a Thad Young, I'm not going to go out and buy them.
Right.
And I wouldn't even hate it because I think you're going to get a couple of game weeks out of him usage wise in any case.
Yeah.
But Van Vliet's going to be a smash play this week at his L10. Jalen Duren, he's almost getting in that realm of being the guy that's projecting really well every week, but then just falling a little short of what you'd want. He's kind of just ticking along, is what I'd say. But I think the matchups that he's got this week are going to be fine. Nembhard is the gamble play out of there. And then if you can throw in, I mean, I'd almost lean. TJ McConnell's got 2, so I would go there.
Yeah,
but,
that's what I was going to say. I kind of want to go Burks or Hardy, but the 2 games of TJ is kind of what I need to do.
Yeah, if I'm you, I'm going to play TJ McConnell, but I think Jaden Hardy could be more fun. But that's what
I know. I wish they had if they had 2 games. I know Luke is out. I was thinking about it. Oh, speaking of mid, good to have you here in the show now. But yeah, I think that's what I'm going to roll with. I kind of got freaked out when Luka got ruled out because I was like, damn, do I have to fit in Hardy? Do I have to fit in Kyrie? Do I have to go like real? Because I do have some like decent lower end guys, but because I do have Jovic down here. Like, would you go Jovic over Nembhard?
I would play Jovic over Nembhard, me personally. I'm playing both, but I would go Jovic over Nembhard.
Because if I do that, I think I can get up to. Oh, I thought I could get up to Jordan Poole. But you would just straight up play Jovic over Nembhard, huh?
Yeah, I personally would. I don't know what the projections are on him, but just on pure sort of, because again, if Jovic doesn't start necessarily well, he's going to get minutes again back in the game. If Nembhard doesn't, and then TJ McConnell or Mathurin does, it's cooked for him. It's just how it's always been.
I think I'm going to leave Nembhard for now, but I'm agreeing with you. I'm torn on that because I'm not going to build the rest of them. I'm going to get to the questions right now, but I was struggling with that and I needed to get that out. All right. So for the party people that are up in here right now, I'm going to share this quickly just to remind you, do me a favor, like the stream, subscribe to, there it is. Like the stream, subscribe to the channel and put hashtag, wait, why can't I find it? There
hashtag Spice.
Yeah, where's the hashtag Spice? But why is there it is. Okay, goodness. Like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag Spice into the chat. We have 99 entrants and 144 of you here. What are you doing? Like the stream, subscribe, hashtag Spice. Also, look in the show notes. Go check out Swingman Pod. And again, if we get up, we're at 573. If we get 27 more subs during the show, that's going to be a second giveaway. We already guaranteed a rare tier card. 27 more, we throw a second one in there. All right. Any final thoughts before we get into questions and answers over here? Anything you need to get off your chest?
No, I thought you was going to say I have 99 entries, and then you was going to go into some Jay-Z thing, but you didn't. Do that, no. So I was a little bit disappointed.
All right, here we go. Fire your questions away. I'm going to do my best to get to all of them. We'll start with our guy Ian. We got Beal and Jamal Cain. So Jamal Cain, one of them guards that we were talking about earlier, or CJ McCollum and Corey Joseph. So. God, I don't trust Kane or Joseph. I like both Beal and CJ. I don't know which one are you taking here?
I'd be going Beal and Kane because I don't trust Corey Joseph one bit as a play. So
yeah, that's kind of how I feel too. But that is close. I do think it's close. Taco Slayer. Yeah, we mentioned Luke Kennard earlier. I mean, listen, my only fear with Luke Kennard is going to cap a 19 and projection of 24 is honestly my fear on the slate as a whole is that Memphis just gets their dick kicked hard by the Clippers, and this game's over in the second quarter. But if this game stays relatively close, it means Kennard's been chucking, right? So are you trusting Luke at all?
No, and the reason for the bluntness on that, I want to wait and see what this Grizzlies team are going to look like again, because when this was the set lineups that we had, when there wasn't Morant and Smart around, it was just a Bane show, and Jaren Jackson Jr. was not to be seen. So I want to see if he actually comes in and plays like Triple J normally would, or if he's going to revert back to the earlier season Triple J that we get. So I'd hang tight.
I think that's fair. Speaking of Triple J, Alpha saying Triple J, Matherin, or Cole Anthony, Okongwu. Oh, you're just asking me if this is a good lineup.
He's just flexing that Okongwu.
Yeah,
Okongwu's a really strong play this week.
I know, especially if you get another Capella miss game. That would be kind of nice. Yeah. There we go. Steve saying Luke Cornett or Doug McDermott. Always Luke Cornett.
Doug.
Kalen saying, so we pulled up Houston already, right? We said a cap of 13 with a projection of 18. Haywood Highsmith, I kind of glossed over. I know he's projecting okay, but not amazing. Yeah, cap of 12 with a projection of 14. Maybe that was before some of the Miami news, but Caleb Houston's been on a heater, right?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is it's almost like the flavor of the week with some of these guards from how they've been doing recently. Like we was talking Anthony Black once, then it was Cole Anthony, Caleb Houston. Like genuinely, if you had that collection, you've been cooking so far. So there you go.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you on that. All right, Harden or Van Fleet? Like this is the test of how well we think Fred Van Fleet is going to play because he's projecting so well here. Freddie, let's just look up Harden because we haven't talked about him. He's got a cap of 43 with a projection of 41. Fred, you're saving a bunch on cap, but let's assume cap doesn't matter. Who are you taking between those two?
So this was something that when I jump back, I streamed for a little bit earlier on today. And I've just got, again, it's the gut feeling. I have something that I feel like one of the guys is going to go off there currently from the Clippers. And I feel like if anyone at the minute that has that capability is going to be James Harden. I don't know. There's just something, there's a little thing that is with me for it. You should play Van Vliet. But
Freddie's definitely the better value play. If cap doesn't matter, though, I'm okay with it. I understand. Like I'm okay going hard.
It's just that matchup with Memphis. You don't know what if that team goes down, one of those guys in the Clippers is going to have the big game, and I feel it'd be James Harden out of the three of them.
Yeah. If you play the blowout narrative, though, we should talk Norman Powell. So here we go. Roth is asking Powell and Jaden McDaniels, and Powell, not Dwight. But our guy Norm, cap of 22 with a projection of 20. But let's say it's a blowout. I would say he projects closer to 30. If you project a blowout, Jaden McDaniels has a cap of 22, the projection of 21. We haven't talked Herb Jones. We did talk about, and he gets a boost too if Trey Murphy ends up missing. Contavious has a cap of 24, the projection of 23. Here, I'll just take this one. I think I would go the upside of Powell and McDaniels. I think Herb and KCP is way safer, like way safer. You know, Herb's going to be out there X amount of minutes. Same thing with KCP. But if you want to shoot the moon there, go for it. Chris, a couple people have asked about Garrett Temple. He's projecting for 0 points. So no, I don't love it. But maybe Garrett Temple is this week's Thad Young, Mo Wagner, where we say it's bad and it's good, you know? Let's go. Vince Williams or Bruce Brown. So Vince Williams, who we said, right, has a cap of 21 with a projection of 26. Bruce, I believe, cap of 20 with a projection of 24. So Vince projects a little bit better. Where are you going here, George?
I would be going for Vince, is where I'd say. Bruce Brown, again, it's been a bit different since the injury, but he's normally quite a steady Eddie. I had him last week, and he ended up helping me win a reward in Red Champion. But I feel like he's going to revert back to that sort of mid-range 20 this week.
I know I'm kind of with you on that too. I think I would lean Vince Williams. Jalen Johnson or DeJounte Murray. I mean, it's hard to take anybody over Jalen Johnson right now, right? I mean, Jalen Johnson has been a beast.
Yeah, definitely Jalen Johnson out of those two there, mate. 100%.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on Jalen Johnson there. Next up, let's see. Adebayo or Freddie? Again, in a vacuum. If it is just the higher, I'll take this one, the higher scoring one. It's going to be, I'm going to take Bam. If cap matters, I think you save 3, right? You save 3 with Fred. I mean, again, Fred projects better than Bam. I'm taking Bam, though.
Yeah, I'd take Bam because he's got the better chance of the defensive end actions, is what I would say. But it's very, you're splitting hairs. Splitting hairs. I
agree. You see Jaden Ivey here. He's asking in the chat, cap at 30, the projection at 33. Maybe give it to 35 with no Boyan. Duarte with 2 games or Sasser with 1 for underdog. Both have a cap of 10. I mean,
Duarte.
yeah. Do you think you say Duarte? I kind of like Sasser. Just again, somebody's going to have to take shots on that team.
Yeah, but for me, it will always come down to if I'm both suspecting they're going to be close. I'm always, like, even if it's a few points, I'm always going to take the guy that's got 2/1.
Take the extra game. That's fair. That's fair. Some saying Bruno Fernando. I can't imagine to look that up. All right. Taylor says, hey, I won tickets to Denver Indy Sunday from Sorare. Do I go full George and play 5 Nuggets and Pacers in contender? I got McConnell, Brucey B, and KCP, or do I stick with Big Dick, Nick Richards, and Peyton Watson, or go Braun and MPJ?
That's a fully loaded question. Let's break this down. Hold up.
Yeah. You want to write it down?
McConnell, Brucey B, and KCP. Do I stick with Dick, Rich, and P. Watson, or swap it out for Braun and MPJ? So essentially, it's Braun and MPJ or Dick, Rich, and P. Watson.
Yeah.
And I would go Christian Braun and MPJ. That's where I would lean.
Yeah, that's more fun. Okay, Reese says, hey, I got JB in my champ at 37 cap. Don't like him this week at all. Thinking of selling him for someone else. Is there any smash plays 37 or below? So Fred was the one that sticks out the most. DeJounte projects better than Jaylen Brown. Fred's right there. You can jump down to 35. Tobias with nobody in there. Jalen Duren projects pretty well.
I really like Miles Turner this week.
Miles Turner's a good one.
I'm probably going to run him in my contender. I think he's a good play. He's 34, and I don't think he's too much either apart from that. If not, again, because of the Grizzlies' struggles, I feel like if they're gonna even try Xavier Tillman at the 5, I remember last year when they did this at points, and any self-respecting center just absolutely had their way with him. Yeah, and I feel like Zubac could have his way with him. I really do. So you could maybe look at a Zubac. That's like 32. So then you're saving yourself some caps elsewhere.
And Zubac has been nice. I mean, he's been real nice.
He's been ticking along. Jersey mint reward as well.
There we go. Flolian says Triple J, which is Jaren Jackson Jr., I'm assuming. Jalen Johnson as Double J, or Van Fleet as Double V, I guess. All right, so George, are you taking Jalen Johnson? Weirdly feels like the stable coin of these 3. Are you taking, hey, Jaren Jackson Jr. is actually going to do a lot because they don't have most of their starters? Or are you taking the projections of Fred Van Fleet? Where are you going here?
That's actually, do you know what? This is really, really tough. I think, I think I would lean. I'd go Van Vliet, JJ is where I would go. There you go.
I think I would go in that order as well. Mirza says Jokic, Kyrie, Triple J, Caruso, Beasley. Oh, wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Okay, no, that is 5. Okay. Jokic, Kyrie, Triple J, Caruso, and Beasley, or Trey, Jokic, Kyrie, Batum, and Joe. Okay, so let's do this one more time. It is Triple J, Caruso, and Beasley, or Trey, Batum, and Joe.
Yes. I would go for the one. I would go for this. I'd go for the first one. I would go for the first one.
Yeah, I want the first one too. All right, Cole Anthony or Io DeSumo. Wow, it's got to be Cole Anthony, right? Because look at God, the Bulls are back, baby, as Trey Kirby would say from No Dunks. You already had Kobe White, and now you add Levine and Vooch back. There's no shots to go around. It's Cole Anthony. Sunshiny 49er. This is for you, George. Rank these players. Toby with 1 game. Duren with 1 game. I already know the answer. It's Miles Turner's with 2, right? Miles. I'm going to guess yours. Go ahead. No, you go.
Go ahead. Go. No. I want you to see how well are we connected here, Mike.
It's going to go Miles, Kobe, Tobias, Duren.
I'd have swapped Tobias and Duren, but yeah,
okay.
That's where I'd have gone for it. But yeah, we're pretty in sync. We're pretty in sync.
What are the best free projection sites? Those are the only 2 I know that are free, baby. But we have 2 friends, Momentum Labs, which you're seeing this sheet right now, which you find a link in the show notes, or our boy Billy Jackson at Top Tier Projections. Chami Walker says Miles Turner and Duren or Okongwu, Portis or okay. Tom. There's too many players. I'm gonna eliminate OG. Turner or Duren. Turner or Duran?
Tom, redo the question. Redo the question.
Yeah,
Tom.
yeah,
Redo the
Tom. I'm
question.
so upset. You didn't want us to talk about Will Dashians anymore, and then you do this, Tom. And I feel like I'm reading. I feel like I'm reading a serial killer's note right now. All right, Beal or Okongwu? I think this is Beal, right?
Oh, that's really tough.
No, because isn't Capella like questionable?
Yeah, I know, but Bradley Beal's been on like the form of Bradley Beal right now. I don't care if Booker and KD are playing. Beal is looking like the Beal of like old when he was
That's what I'm
that bad at
saying.
Wizards.
That's
I thought you was gonna. I thought you was gonna be like Capella's out, a Kongwu week. Or
no.
I
I think Capella's question. Like I think Capella might play. Even if he was out, I think I'd
Right.
be taking. I'm taking Beal here.
Yeah.
I'm taking Beal because there's a good chance KD is just like, I'm tired. David says, so Kyrie, Maxey, and Trey Jones or AD with one of Kyrie and Maxey and David Roddy. What? So Kyrie, Maxey, and Trey Jones or AD, Kyrie and Roddy or AD, Maxey and Roddy?
Or AD with one of Kyrie and Maxey and David Roddy.
You
Oh
guys are
man,
doing this
honestly,
on
we sit there and we just like study the question, and I'm more confused after reading it like 3 times than I was after reading it the first.
I think they're doing it on purpose. They're doing it on
agree.
purpose. I think I would take Maxey, Kyrie, and Trey Jones there. I think Pat McAfee or Norby. That's good. Scissors Film says Tumani. Yeah, I didn't look up Tumani at all, so I'll pull that up for you. Tumani Kamara, which is maybe my favorite name in the game right now. He's got a cap of 17 and the projection of 16. DeRozan has a cap of 38 and a projection of 37. So there you go. How about Marcus Morris projecting with no Embiid, only one game, but he's been doing well. He has been doing well in the non-Embiid games. You're right. Marcus Morris has a cap of 14 and projects for almost 18. Zach LaVine or Jalen Johnson. There you go. We got LaVine is back. He came off a pretty fire game last night or 2 nights ago. Who are you taking between these two?
Jalen Johnson is who I'm taking there.
There you go. All right. Felix is saying start 2, bench 1. Killian Hayes, Tillman, and Nembhard. Whoo, you pick one, I'll pick one.
Tillman.
Yeah, you know what? This is vomit right here, but I'm taking Killian Hayes.
That's why I done it. I wanted to split. I didn't want to take Hayes. I wanted to see where you was going to land on it.
Honestly, you just left France, dude. You should have taken Hayes. You should have done it.
I should have, but the people of France have been through enough.
DJP says Kamara, Branham, or Batum. We haven't talked about Branham at all. And where is he? Wow. Okay, there. Cap of 15 with projection of 13. Batum, I think, is going to actually be the guy that projects the best here. And he's got a cap of 15 with a projection of 23. So projection based is Batum. I don't know. Do you say different than the projections there?
No, it's always tough with Batum, but I would, out of the 3 that was mentioned, I would go there.
Yeah. Oh, I love this question by Coop. Should I run Jovic in a 24 cap or Jalen Johnson and Thad Young? So let's just assume you've got some of the best 24s here. So OG and Anunoby. Would you do Jovic and OG? I'm sorry. Yeah, Jovic and OG or Jalen Johnson and Thad Young?
I think if you've got a Thad Young this week, you should be playing him. But if you're doing it in Champ, it is a risk because of the one game.
Yeah. I think I'm going Jalen Johnson and Thad too. Because like Thad Young actually projects better than Jovic. And I know that's just projections and it's 1 game versus 2, but he does. All right, let me see what else we got here. Ibrahim, what do you think about Jamal Murray or Şengün? There we go. I'm skipping the first half of your question. What do you think? And Jamal Murray, I'm only doing Jamal Murray and Şengün. Jamal Murray actually is pretty good matchup for tonight. He's got a cap of 46. I know he projects for 39. He's got 2 games this game week. So, and Şengün is probably, he was right underneath them. I should have just left it there. Cap of 45 with a projection of 42. Man, so like Şengün projects better. I don't know. Is that where do you land here?
Yeah, I don't love the matchup for Şengün against Duran. I don't think that's a great one for him. I think in the Boston game, he's got more of a chance. But I feel like by that point, also Boston could have blown them out. But who knows? I'd still lean Şengün on the upside for it.
Shout out Strictly Sickly here with Brian Reese or Greg Ostertag. That's a great shout. Jow saying, is there any chance Jalen Green gets cooking against the Pistons? Yeah, there's just a lot of mouths to feed in Houston right now. But listen, if Fred VanVleet's projecting well, there's no reason Jalen Green shouldn't be projecting well. Like one of them goes off. I feel like they both don't go off, but one of them does. So I don't think
It was
But-
funny that like Jalen Green was this smash play like 1 week and then has not been spoken about since. So
Yeah.
who knows? It could be, and anyone can go off against the Pistons. So
Yeah. Jamie's saying, hey, I'm waiting on the Rudy news, but if he's ruled in, do I stick with Nas Reed or pivot to Peyton Watson or Jabari Walker? I think Jabari Walker is also questionable tonight. I think I would just stick with Nas Reed and hope you get a game out of him, right?
yeah, I think I'm playing Carl Anderson in a few of my lineups at the moment
That's
currently.
Good. That's a good shout.
He had a good game. I think he had a 40 Sorare score off of 14. So I think that he's one that then goes under the radar. And with Nas Reed, you get 3 good games out of him every year, and he used one of them up last week. So just be careful with that.
Oh, that's a good shout. I like that. Magnum saying rank these: Kuz, Ivy, Jabari, and RJ Barrett. I mean, is Kuz number 1 for you here?
I didn't realize until you said Kuz at 31 is really good.
Yep.
Like he has got upside for 50 points Sorare scores. So
Totally
he's
agree.
definitely one that you can rely on there. Jaden Ivey's cap is a little higher than what I'd like, but I'd probably have him second. And then it's a toss up between the other two because I think RJ's in the 30s and that's not where I'd want an RJ Barrett.
You know, if we got the news that Siakam was going to miss tonight's game, I think I'd put RJ second. It's clearly Kuz for me, but if Siakam's back, I know RJ's he's had like 3 consecutive good games, which we haven't seen since he was at Duke. But I do like he plays a little bit bigger when they're missing guys like that. So I do think that is interesting. But yeah, I think I'm aligned with you there on that one. Fred Van Fleet or Ben Travel Addict guy. It's Fred. Jay Rich and Brooke or Turner and Slow-Mo. This has to be, and this man, the Al Hor NBA came over from the swingman side of things. And I can't believe he's even asking this because it is Turner and Slow-Mo, right?
Yeah, it's Turner and Slow-Mo, yeah.
2 guys you've already shouted. Come on. Maybe I'm just way behind on the chat. Actually, I am. I'm 10 minutes behind. Jesus. Okay. All right. Bidding on Temple Unique. Gotcha. What is going on, guys? Alexander says Giannis with 2 games and Thad versus Maxey and with 1 and Tillman with 2. Wow. It's always Giannis. You got Giannis with 2 games. It has to be Giannis and Thad, right?
Yeah. If you've got Thad, play him. I really would. It's just I err on the side of caution with champion. That's probably why I've never won champion at the minute. But I would definitely do that. I definitely do that. Tillman as well is if he has a bad game, he's not going to get that 5 roll. He's not.
Yeah.
He won't play it there again. So
yeah, you got to Giannis at 2. You got to go. Trey is probable tonight. Hey, Kevin says good run last week, swing man, on your 26th place in limited champ. Chet was a beast of a pull. I took 23rd. Let's go.
How did you get for 23rd? You can't just say you got 23rd and not say who you got. Say who you got. Come on.
I mean, to be fair, I am 9 minutes behind now, so it could be me. Thad Young and Trey. Yeah, it's Thad Young and Trey. Guys, if it is Thad Young and Superstar or like pretty good and pretty good, it's Thad Young and Superstar every time. Yes, Jalen Suggs continues to be a good play. I'm going to just try to catch us up here. Tom said
he got Jason Tatum. He got Jason Tatum.
Oh, hell yeah. Well done. Tom saying Miles or Duran, and I'm assuming you're going to take Miles here, right?
Yep.
And then at a cap of 25, Portis, Okongwu, or OG. I think this is, if Capella is out, it's Okongwu, OG, Portis for me. If Capella is in, it's OG, Okongwu, Portis, I think.
Yes, but also remember that the Bucks got a back-to-back, and it wouldn't shock me if Giannis. It wouldn't surprise me if he misses 1 game because he has played a lot recently. So I could see, and Bobby Portis is just coming off of that heated game in any case. So I could see that.
Sunshine, when are we going to sit that back-to-back? Thoughts on Sandro? Listen, Sandro is a very productive fantasy basketball player when he gets minutes. He has not gotten minutes in close games. He has not gotten minutes in bad games. So, and I know that because I'm not only the spokesperson, but I'm a client because Sandro has been in my lineups. Is that guys, you got that as a cap of 3. He could literally get 5 points, take 2 shits, and he'd still get there. He'd still get there. So you gotta play Thad. I would much rather come back here on Monday and be like, damn, Dad didn't do it, than to not play him and then be like, wow, the guy that was projecting to smash with a cap of 3 smashed, Yeah. You don't have to overthink this one, I don't think. All right, here I'll put you to the test here. Herbie Jones or Killian Hayes?
Oh man, nah, Herb Jones. I can't do that.
I love that. Fuck the French. Yeah, I love it, George. Let's go. Jalen Green or Timmy Hardaway? Dude, Timmy Hardaway was cooking last night. And no Luka again. I'm going to just take Tim Hardaway Jr. And they project almost the exact same. Jalen Green, a little bit better, but give me Timmy. Can I take a shot? All right, relax, Folian. DiVincenzo or Daniel Gafford? Dante's been kind of balling lately. He's got a cap of 28 with a projection of 26. Gafford's minutes have been wonky, but he clearly projects better. Are you taking Gafford?
I think if we get the news that Jalen Brunson's ruled out, then I'm going Dante. But yeah.
Yeah. Also, hey, real quick, since we do still have a little bit more time here, I'm going to remind the people, like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag spice into the chat. If you haven't done it yet, we're up to 142 entrants and 155 of you watching. We also, I said we would give away a second rare tier card if we get up over 600. Right now we're at 80, 20 to go. So go harass your neighbors. All right. Go harass your neighbors. Let's make this happen. I'm going to call it right now. We got 10 more minutes of questions since we have a little bit of extra time. 10 more minutes of questions and then we'll wrap this up. Does that work with you? Okay.
Yeah, man. 100%.
Okay, let's get back to I'm going to try to do some rapid fire to just get us caught up here. All right, Farad says boring MVP. Pick any two: Tatum, Bane, Kawhi, Bencaro, and Sir Boners. I love that. Who are you taking out of that group?
Out of that group, I'm going to be taking Bane and Sabonis. Is what I
think. Yeah, the 2 games for both of those, I think, right? And the 1 game for Tatum. Otherwise, I would take Tatum. I love Kawhi, too, but I think I would do that as well. Cam, I am playing. I believe he projects for like 17. Oh, no, I'm sorry. He's got a cap of 15 with a projection of 23. There you go. And if it doesn't work out, you know what's great about this, Siler? We get to say scam Whitmore, and I always like to be able to do that. So I like that people are yelling at Tom later. I like that. Kobe White, Zubac, Sexton, or Gobert? I don't know. You pick your favorite.
If Gobert plays, I'd go Gobert.
But
then if not, Kobe White, Zubac, Sexton.
Yep, in that order. Same. Okay, Vassell or Turner, I'll take this one. Even though Devin Vassell is my guy. I love Devin Vassell. Give me Miles Turner. Zed. Jonas Valanciunas and OG or Hardaway and Giddey. This is a fun one. Hardaway and Giddey both project solid. I feel like Valanciunas is the only one we haven't looked. Who are you taking of this crew?
Valanciunas and OG is where I'd go. I kind of like OG. I know he's only got 1 game, but I do like OG as a punt this week.
Yeah, I like that too. Rick Smith or George Murison. That's another one. Give me the Duncan Dutchman, Bodavine. Why so hyped on Tillman, projected just for 20 minutes? Kim, because they've got like 6 guys on their roster right now. I mean, they legit have 9 active players tonight, and one of them is Jacob Gilliard, John Conchar. Like their bigs are Tillman, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Vince Williams. That's it. So there's no Santi Aldama. I mean, I think he's gonna play more than 20 minutes, but that's why. Looks like Gobert is out or risk play. Wait, hold on. Did we get some?
I think he's a game time.
All right, let's see. Rudy Gobert, game time decision. Let me see if I missed anything else. Caleb Martin available to play. Neesmith, the game time decision. That's really all we've missed. I honestly, listen, don't take this as the Bible. When someone is questionable and then it gets pushed to game time decision, I usually feel like they're playing. So
yeah.
All right, let's see. I'm only 7 minutes behind now. Ivy and Maxey or Jalen Johnson and Levine. That's the first one, right?
Yeah, I'd go Maxey.
Yeah. Jay Rich or Derek Jones Jr. Mark, instead, why don't you go over to your toilet and throw up? Because that's that's the decision.
I don't hate that. I don't hate Jay Rich with 2. I really don't. With the injuries they've got, I don't hate that. But yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, I think I'd go Jay Rich too, and then just hope. Poole or Paul Reed? Wow, I think it's actually Poole.
It definitely is Poole. Paul Reed has been, I would say, not disappointing, but with 1 game, you've had games where Mo Bamba's had a better output than he has this year. So
it's true. He's been played off the court. Miles McBride is not projecting. Hold on, let me check one more thing because he has been playing well and he gets a boost. So Miles McBride is a cap of 8, projection of 11. And let's say Brunson sits, I'd give him a projection of 17. How about that? But you know what I would do? If you were thinking, do I play Randall or not? I would play Randall. Randall's been on a heater regardless, but if Brunson sits, can you imagine how many tough shots he's going to take? Reese, this is a fun one. Bam and Freddie or Kyrie and Zubats. What are you doing there?
Bam and Van Vliet, but that is very close as well.
I think
Like
so too.
Kyrie is arguably like the player of the past few weeks. He's been
Yeah.
smashing it in terms of the cap. So I would say the first one, but it's close.
This is a tough one too because I DeJounte with 2 money matchups or Maxey with 1 game. Man,
I don't trust
Maxey had been.
Murray at the minute.
You say DeJounte Murray?
I don't trust.
Oh,
DeJounte
me
Murray.
neither. Yeah, that's where I'm
I
at,
don't trust
man.
him.
That's where I'm at. I think I take Maxey, even though Maxey like historically hasn't been as good without Embiid, except for that game against Atlanta that went to overtime. He was awesome. I think I'm just rocking with them. CJ says excuse me, Jaime Hawkins or Kevin Love, which is the better play, dude. We haven't talked about Kevin Love at all. He's got a cap of 29, projection 25. That cap is too high. Jaime's got a cap of 27, projection 29. I said little Kevin Love here. He's been awesome off the bench for them.
It's the like the meme of the it's not much, but it's honest work. That's literally what he's been putting in for them, and that's what they need right now. So
yeah. All right, hold on. Philip, I'm going to give this to you, or Philippe. I'm going to give this to you, George. Need help for the champ slots. Okongwu and Jovic, or Suggs and Jovic, or Brook Lopez and David Rowdy Piper.
I think I'd go Brook Lopez and David Roddy, but it's a gamble with Roddy because we still don't know what his role is going to be in this new look sort of depleted Grizzlies side. I think that's the way I'd lean.
Yeah, I think I would go that way. But you know what? I really like Suggs and Jovic too. Suggs has been playing really good basketball. Those are all pretty good options. Grant Williams, a good pick this week. Man, Grant Williams is playing kind of awful lately. He has a cap of 16 with a projection of 14. So
I'm going to make them both.
Both. D4 Win says, rank these 13 to 14 caps. Grimes with 1, Chetty with 2, Slow-Mo with 2, Isaiah Jackson with 2. I'll let you pick first. You go first and third. I'll go second and fourth.
I would say Kyle Anderson first.
I would say Isaiah Jackson second.
Okay. And then I would have had Grimes is the guy I'd go there because QG looking a little bit rejuvenated, shall we say.
Yeah, I'm with you. And I mean, like Chetty's fine because he gets in there and he shoots a bunch. And no Wemby in that second game, but I don't know. Yeah, TJ is fine. Shockwave, TJ, Nembhard, all of the Blazers, honestly. Trent saying Jalen Smith and Goga or Kuzma. It's Kuzma, right? You got to get
Kuzma Houston, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think Lillard plays both of the back-to-back? I really don't know. I don't know.
He had a ruled out personal, but then played the game after. So whatever that was, I think he's fine. I think he plays both.
I think so too. I'm going to do one more underdog refresh here. We got 2 more minutes of question. Wendell Carter Jr. is listed out, so that does make Goga and Mo Vogs a little bit better. Kyrie, Bam, Bane, or Lowry. I think, Kyrie, Bane, Bam, Lowry, I think is how I would do it. I wonder why Mike went with the headphones versus the pods today. I'm charging them right now. That's why. Good question, Boston Base. Yeah, Desmond Bane. People are asking about Desmond Bane. He's a good pick. How about Jordan Clarkson, Brook Lopez, or Jalen Green? I think Jalen Green comes in third place here.
Yeah, Clarkson's like hit or miss, but Brolo, you kind of have that steady floor regardless. So I'd just edge Brolo, but Clarkson second.
Yeah, Maddie, I'll take this one. Jaren Jackson Jr. and Jackson Hayes. No. Or Trace Jackson Davis and Killian Hayes. Jackson Hayes sucks, man.
I can't believe how bad he's been as well. I thought he was going to be like a solid little pickup for a lot. You can say this for a lot of the Lakers that they did in the offseason.
Yeah.
But he's the staggering one. It's also because AD has played way more games than I think anticipated. So Jackson Hayes has not had really a chance to get a rhythm, but yeah.
I agree. Cam Payne, a sneaky play. Listen, this is a bad rule that I have, Bogdan, but anybody that shoots like Cam Payne does, I will not roster. He shoots facing the wrong direction. No, thank you. I get what you're thinking. If Dame sits, that's a nice play, but it's not worth it. Is Moody's out for a while? That sucks. Best MVP choice this week. You know what? We didn't do that. Let me scroll all the way to the top here.
It's gotta be Giannis.
Yeah, Giannis with 2 games. Luka would have been in the conversation. He's only playing 1. You got Jokic with 2 games. That's kind of fun. If you have LaMelo, I don't think you could play LaMelo yet this game week, but that's just me. Yeah, Nakalante saying is LaMelo with restricted minutes. I assume he's not playing more than 32, which is close to a full allotment. But I mean, the dude hasn't played in 2 months. You know. Dame is not.
I would be shocked. I'd be shocked if he plays more than. I was almost thinking 26, 28, but yeah.
Yeah, we were speculating if Dame might be out. Dame is not out, Johnny. Best play for 19, and then we're gonna get out of here shortly because I'm sticking to my time, and I got to enter the rest of my lineups because I deleted a bunch of them. Luke Kennard is fine. Herb Jones is solid. Don't play Santi. You scroll down a little bit further, right? You got Nicholas Batum, Cam Whitmore, Nembhard. You can find some pretty good value in that 15 and 14 range. Zaire Williams, there's some shouts for you. Yeah, Dominic Barlow, he projects really well for the Spurs, especially because Wemby won't play that second game. And I think that's it. I think we did it. Let's remind the people, Nembhard long-term, they do like Nembhard. You know what's actually something that's pretty interesting is the Pacers seem like they're going to make a move to remain competitive. So I wonder if they dangle Nembhard out there. So something to keep an eye on. I don't think they will. I think the asking price will be too high. I think it'll be more like Buddy Hield, but something to think about. All right,
Buddy Hield's going to get traded. That's a shocker. I've not heard a Buddy
Hield
trade rumor in a long time.
For the last 45 years.
Yeah.
All right, we're up to 150 entrants. Like the stream, subscribe. #Spice. We are also at 500. Let me double check. 82. So we need 18 more to get that second card to give away. George, listen, I'm going to drop your link. It's already tagged in the show description, but I'm going to put it in the chat. What do we got coming up for the Swingman?
So we did just drop, whilst I was in Paris, we did drop our NBA All-Star Selections pod. I think that's done okay so far. I think the numbers could have been a little bit better, but I think we are where we are with that one. So if you want to listen to our thoughts and feelings on who we'd have in our NBA All-Stars, our wildcards for it, check that podcast out over there. Obviously, I'll have my Sorare videos and streams that will be up every sort of Monday and Friday lock that we've got. And then I'm going to have some NBA Paris content as sort of like a long format video. And then maybe a little something towards the back end of the year, back end of the month as well. Hopefully that will come out as well. So yeah, that's what we got going on over there. I think we're really close to 800. So that'd be quite kind of cool if we can hit that soon. So yeah.
Yeah, make sure you guys are following George on Twitter too, because our guy, did I just hold on. Let me do this again. I want to make sure I put your information into the chat. I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, you're up 793. So let's get him up over 800. But yeah, George was in Paris, was at that basketball game. You saw some footage on Twitter with Worldwide Wob. A lot of good stuff over there. So make sure you're following.
Did you see StubHub randomly replied to that? Like the StubHub account as well? Which was like, I don't know how that's got there because he didn't do that well of a tweet, but it was like, right, okay.
Yeah, it was either they're trying to court Rob for something
is what they're doing,
or somebody who is a social media guy on StubHub is a big So Rare guy and thought they were on their main account.
Yeah, it hasn't logged out. I was sitting there, I was like, how on earth? It was like 16 hours after the tweet as well. I was like, that is still not going around, but. Yeah, he was a super cool guy as well. He was really chill, really chill.
Yeah, it looked like an incredible trip. We might see you stateside here in a little bit, right?
We will. I'll be over there. I'm start of February. I'm coming over.
Yeah.
So we'll 100% get some of that going, and yeah, it'll be fun.
Awesome, man. Well, appreciate you being here. People say LaMelo's a game time decision now. That's hilarious.
That's not good.
That is hilarious because it seemed like he was going to play. Oh yeah, Moses Moody's out at least 4 games. Okay, what was the other one? DeAndre Ayton has been ruled out. So there you go. Real quick, hey, if this is your first time here, appreciate you guys joining. I want to just say too, we have a couple of other things. So on this channel specifically, George and I, we do So Rare Sharps on Wednesdays. But also here, that's not what I want to share. Hold on. But we also have another channel called Team Hold Live where we do an NBA Bit show, which is live show like Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Hold on, I'm going to show you. So this is the Team Hold So Rare. Look at us at 582. You love to see it. But this is our main account here. We do a live stream every day, just checking in on all things basketball. Do me a favor, go subscribe to that bad boy. But also make sure you check out Team Hold Sports. We're over 8K, baby, 8,300. I know, man, it's nuts. I love that it's showing this video. We just dropped an irrational confidence play. Unbelievable swagger, the best irrational confidence players in NBA history. We dropped that yesterday. So go take a look at that as well. And just as I've told people, get that playlist up and just put it on loop. All right, just put it on loop. Let's get that watch time up. Let's monetize that shit. You know what I mean? All right. Any final thoughts on this slate? Do we need to talk about the So Rare NBA Discord anymore? Is there anybody in the chat need to get something off their chest?
Yeah, I mean, I think just give it like a few days. Like I'm sure someone will be in touch in regards to season 1 collections. They're not going to have sat down in that meeting room and said, let's reward all of the season 2 ones. And the season 1s, we don't care about them. We don't care at all. That isn't what they've said. They've just gone about it in a different way that maybe people would have liked. And that's all it is. There's always going to be something to moan about. And so it's just always the way.
Bogdan was asking if there is a So Rare NBA Discord. There is, but you know what?
Honestly, save yourself. Don't join it. I wasn't in it for a little while, and I looked at it 2 weeks ago. I said hello, come back to it today, and I was like, oh damn, wow, okay, right.
I'm not going to share that, but here you go. I'm going to put this link into the chat. You can join our Discord. We have a So Rare NBA channel right there. Wait, there was somebody said shout out Travel Addict Guy who subscribed to your channel. You're now at 794. Honestly, let's get this shit up over 800 right now. All right, there's 158 of you here. Let's get this up over 800. We need 6 more. Go subscribe to that. Any team holds So Rare season 1 collection. Season 1.
Yeah, that was the moan. It was they hadn't done anything for season 1 collectors.
Gotcha.
They're going to, like, they did it on football. They are going to do something, but obviously if they're launching it for season 2, they're going to look at season 2 first. You could make the argument that they should have just done both at the same time and it would have saved the whole thing, but it's how they're going to do it. They definitely will do something for season 1. It's just whenever they do it is the issue. So
all right. Well, hold on. Let's see. Let's refresh one more time. Let's get this up over 800, 797. I need 3 more of you. Get over there to Swingman Pod. Come on. Yeah, Taylor said, poor John. Honestly, poor John. My favorite comment, somebody, I think, was it my guy Nal? Said he referred to, what did he call it? Progressing and degreasing.
Degreasing,
which is probably the funniest thing that happened. But yeah, but join our Discord. Definitely join our Discord. You can stay up to date with all stuff. Let's see, 797. Come on, 3 more of you. Get over there in the Swingman Pod. And then we'll give away a rare tier card. And we'll get out of here because I got to build the rest of my lineups.
Well, did you win anything? Did you win anything last week?
Kristaps Porzingis. We finished. You know what was a little tilting? I think we finished 58th in limited contender, which I think it was like 1 more point from Bradley Beal. I would have won a tier 1.
It's so that was when I think I came 45th in Rare Champ. And I'm like, if I had 0.7 more points, I got a top tier 3.
Yeah, that's tough.
And it's just like I sat there at the end of it. I'm like, so if I'd have just bought another Lakers card just to boost my AD,
you would have gotten there. Yeah. That's tough. That is tough. Hey, by the way, you're at 800 subs. We'd love to see that, baby.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah, and I this was the first week this year, I think in like 3 or 4 consecutive game weeks where I didn't land a rare contending award. So I'm looking to get back on the horse. All right, let's give this bad boy away. Appreciate everyone being here. Also, listen, there's gonna be starting like in 2 weeks, BT dubs, because we're almost at the point where we can do like some VIP memberships. We're gonna have like some So Rare After Dark stuff. And I think we might do like we do live before lock. I think I'm going to start doing once a week on either Monday or Friday an after lock show, which is going to be like for members only. So stay tuned for that stuff. I don't know what it's going to look like yet, but I'm going to take your money. That's what I'm looking to do. Take your money so that I can buy more Thad Youngs. All right. If you if you win this, shoot me a message on Twitter or join the Discord with the link that I shared. Shoot me a DM, tag me, do something. And I don't know what you're going to win. I know our last winner got a Larry Nance. I don't know. We get something good. Jamie, is that Jamie Howard? Jamie Howard, longtime Jamie.
Was you about to say hi, mate? Oh,
I did almost.
Then. Oh, damn! I thought you was about to say hi, mate. Then is where it was going.
Dude, I almost did say hi, mate. I almost did. That was hilarious. I really did. That's how I was looking at it. All right, congrats to Jamie. Jamie, if you're in the chat, he's like, nah, that's Jamie, dude. Shoot me a message on Twitter. If you can DM me. Otherwise, just tag me. Or you can get in the Discord or just like leave a comment on this video. I'll find you. Don't worry. When people win shit, they find me. They're incentivized. Oh, I don't think it's me. Feels bad. Sorry, Jamie. Well, I hope you win something this game week. For George, for the Swingman Pod that now has 800 subscribers. for myself and for Team Hold. We'll see you back here on Monday. We'll have a new episode of Value Hunting for Game Week 24. Some more Live Before Lock. And, maybe Spicer joins the show. All right, we're out.